Hello students, welcome you all on my channel. I'm with the topic spinal cord, and here the diagram is here and it is still unleveled. I will level it and I will explain every part of the spinal cord in detail. What are the specification, what are the function of each part, that I will level it and I will explain you. So see, spinal cord, like brain, it is protected within bony case. In human, the bony case is the vertebral column. The vertebral column. This spinal cord contains meninges. The meninges is here, the pia mater, arachnoid, and the dura mater. Collectively it is called meninges. Meninges is present here for protection of the delicate organ, the spinal cord. It possesses a hollow central canal. This hollow central canal containing cerebrospinal fluid, which is also present in the brain, and CSF is secreted from the posterior and anterior choroid plexus of the brain region here. You can see here, this is the two structure. This structure, the wing-like structure, is known as gray matter, and outside is known as white matter. So to make more prominent, I'm going to just mark it. This is the gray matter. And the remaining portion is the white matter. As you must have heard about the spinal cord funiculi, there is three pairs of funiculi, and these are as follows: the dorsal funiculus, the lateral funiculus, and the ventral. Same at this side will be. So total 6 funiculi will be there. So I will discuss later. See, before proceeding, just I want to give lecture on this topic. Spinal cord is lodged in the vertebral column. It is continued with medulla oblongata through foramen magnum of the skull and runs into the vertebral column up to first lumbar of the vertebral column. From there it forms a bob-like structure, a point called conus medullaris. Conus medullaris. Conus medullaris, like this. So up to the first lumbar vertebrae, it tapers and forms a point called conus medullaris. From there a fibrous strings runs down up to coccygeal region, a very narrow one, up to the coccygeal region. See, this conus medullaris ends up to the first lumbar. This is the first lumbar. As everybody are familiar with the vertebral column formula, so C7, T12, L5, S5 and CD4. So this fuse to form one sacrum, and 4 coccygeal forms to one coccyx. So see this. So this conus medullaris ends up to first lumbar vertebrae, and from there one more phylum terminal. The structure, this structure, the number one, this bob-like structure is called conus medullaris, and the thin string runs from the conus medullaris, it is known as phylum. Phylum, not Phylum. Phylum different. Phylum, phylum terminale. Terminale. This runs up to coccygeal region. As I told you, the spinal cord is present in the neural canal of the vertebral column. See, and it contains a hole in the center. This is known as central canal. This is known as central canal. This structure, the grayish portion structure, is known as gray matter. It is formed because of the cell body, dendrites and dendron, etc. The white matter formed because of the fatty myelin sheath of the long process of neuron. So this gives characteristic, its characteristic color is white and its gray color. You can see it form H-shaped structure. So this H-shaped structure is because of the presence of the fissure. This is the ventral fissure and this is the dorsal fissure. This is the dorsal fissure. This is collectively, it is the meninges. Here you can see the synapses is taking place. Here is the dorsal ganglion is there. This is the ventral root. This is the ventral root of the motor neuron. This is the sensory root. And the same thing is here. This also. This is the meninges for protection of the delicate organ, the spinal cord. The spinal cord. Here, as I told you, there is a funiculi is present. Always, student, you must remember the funiculi, where the location of funiculi. What is the importance of funiculi? That will be discussed. I will discuss in next video. What are the importance of funiculi and why it is divided. See, the funiculi, this one, the upper one, is known as the dorsal funicula or funiculus. This is known as this area, just this area. This area. It is known as dorsal funiculus. This one is known as lateral funiculus. And this one is known as ventral. It is also known as anterior, and this is known as posterior. It is also known as posterior. This is also known as anterior. So see, the same thing is a 3 pair of funiculi is present, total 6. So the same will be here. So this is the pia mater. All the meninges are in the same sequence. Where is duster? This is the first meninges thing, vascular in nature. Then the second one is known as arachnoid, and the third one is known as, the last one is known as dura mater. Dura mater, tough one. Collectively it is called meninges. This bunch of the fiber is coming, it is known as nerve fiber. This is known as nerve fibers. As you know, this hollow space is called central canal. Central canal filled with filled with CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. This structure, the wing-like structure, this I will tell you. This is known as gray matter. Gray matter are richly packed with cell body, and its fibers like dendron and dendrites. This is structure white matter. This is known as white matter. Formed due to presence of fatty myelin sheet of long process of neurons. This case is reverse in the brain. In the brain, the gray matter present outside and white matter present inside. This structure, the fissure, this fissure is known as this fissure is known as dorsal fissure, and both the fissures gives its characteristic H-shaped structure. Now come to the gray matter. You may see two wing-like structures are present. Butterflies wing-like structures are present. This upper one, the dorsal one. This structure, the upper structure is known as dorsal wing, and the lower one is known as the ventral wing. So you may figure out the differences. The dorsal wing is narrow, long, and bending towards the dorsolateral direction. Both the wings. The ventral wing are short, thick, and it is slightly ventrolateral side. It is. Now you can see the other. This is the ganglion. This is the ventral root. This is the dorsal root. And this nerve is coming here. This is known as motor neuron. And this structure, this is going, this one, it is known as sensory neuron. Here, the synapses. This is the nuclei or the cell body. It is also cell body. Neuron. Now the main function of spinal cord is to send impulse to and from the brain in order to control the reflex action. See, students, maximum reflex actions are controlled by spinal cord. Brain also play crucial role in some reflex actions, but the majority of reflex action is controlled by spinal cord. So that's why spinal cord is known as center of reflex action. So it's all about the spinal cord. In my next video, I will discuss about the cranial nerves, and I will also give you aids to remember the names of cranial nerves according to their work or functions. So stay tuned with the channel, and in the case of doubt, you may ask me. Thank you very much for watching the video.